Your meeting is being live streamed.
4:59.
This was
the
X Factor.
surprise.
Yeah,
Oh, this is the,
you are being live streamed now.
oh God.
Yes. Thank you. I would hear it twice. Okay, sorry. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the online meeting of Agnel Toastmasters Club. I'm pleased to be your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. In the online meeting environment, there are a few instructions that we follow. I request you to rename yourselves. All Toastmasters can prefix TM to your names. Guests can prefix guest. I also request all the speakers and role holders to prefix their roles in front of their name. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check. I urge you to properly note the timer if she is visible to you, if her screen is visible to you, and if she's spotlighted. You are requested to keep your audio on mute in case you aren't speaking. Please refrain from unnecessary movements or sipping on drinks if your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. Do not click on the share screen unless your speech or role requires you to do so. You can connect with a Zoom master, which is Jamie, for any technical glitch. This meeting is being recorded and is also live streamed. In case you have any reservations, please let us know. You can connect with each other and network after the meeting. Let me share the mission of the club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Our presiding officer for today is Toastmaster Sanish. He is a witty and a resourceful Toastmaster for our club and anyone in the community. It's my pleasure to invite him on the virtual podium. Over.
Thank you, Zoom Master Jamie, for that warm welcome and starting the meeting with a bang. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the members who are joining from across the world. And thank you for joining us for the meeting number 264 of Agnel Toastmasters Club. Now, many of the club members already know I'm an avid tennis fan. And just last week, we had the Australian Open. So can I see a raise of hand, physical hand or virtual hand? Like how many people saw the amazing tennis finale? Who had the time or who had the interest? I see Arun raising his hand. I see Digvijay, Kavita. All right, cool. So at least 2-3 people are there. So it was one of the amazing matches. Every time I enjoy watching Nadal, I am one of his biggest fan and supporters. 2 takeaways for me from the match. Never give up. He was 2 sets down. Just through sheer grit and that no give attitude, he came up. So I think that's very important for us. Every time in situation in life, whenever we are confronted with situation and it seems like all is gone, there is always a chance to give up. It ain't over till it is over. And number 2, the crowd always matters. So in his interview, Nadal said that one of the things which motivated him was the support of his fans, the 15,000 crowd which was there in the stadium. They cheered him and motivated him to play his best. So I would request all the 18 attendees in the room, do switch on your video. Your video, switching on your video will inspire each person who will be coming on the screen from now till the next 2 hours. Your presence, your face, your smile, your response will inspire each person who comes on screen to give their best. So don't underestimate yourself. Create that possibility. Now we have few guests as well as visiting Toastmaster. To the guests, I would request them to share, if they are coming for the first time, how they came to know about the club and what are they looking out for. And for visiting Toastmasters who have not taken a role, I would request them to share in a small brief something about themselves and the club. I see on screen guest Ritvik Saraf, if he would share about himself.
Hello. So actually, I've been to one of the Toastmasters meetings before, like 2 meetings ago, I guess. And I'm very excited to be a part of the club. I've spoken to Toastmaster Vidya for the same, and I hope I'll soon be joining you all as a Toastmaster.
It's great to have you, Ritvik, back with us again, and looking forward as a future Toastmaster and member of the Agnel Toastmasters family.
Thank you so much.
Now I would request the Zoom master to help me to find, I see a lot of visiting Toastmasters. I would request guest Minpo to share a few things about her.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. My name is Mimpo and I'm from Malaysia. The reason that I'm here also is to support my fellow friends who is the speaker number 2, Albert. At the same time, also to get to know this club as well because of the eye-catching theme readers. Yeah, book reading. Back to you.
Thank you, Minpo. Great to have you and great to see join us to cheer and support a fellow Toastmaster. Now I would request guest Louisa to be spotlighted and share a few things.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunish. I'm Louisa Chan, and I'm a member of your second speaker, Albert Kaur, part of his Project 10 member. I'm here to support him, and as well as to, just like Minpo, I'd like to see how your club runs your meeting.
Thank you, Louisa. Great to have you. Again, it's great to see members join in, support their fellow Toastmasters. I'm sure many of the members are wondering about Toastmaster Albert, but I'm going to keep that for the later when he comes for giving his speech. And at the end of the session, we would like to hear from him how his experience has been for the meeting. Now I'd request guest Faiz Khatib. I hope I am pronouncing correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. So
Yeah, my
Faiz,
name
if you
is
yeah.
Yeah, my name is Faiz Khatib. Actually, not many years ago, I was part of the Gavels Club, and like in the Gavels, which is like basically a subsidiary of Toastmasters, I believe. And in the Gavels Club, I had finished all my 10 speeches, and I also received the certificate from like Toastmasters International. And since then, like I always had it in mind, like I always had it in mind that like later, like once I turn 18, I will join Toastmasters. I will join the Toastmasters club. So now that I have turned 18, I thought of like just like I contacted Vijaya ma'am, and through her I got to know about this session. And so I thought of like just seeing how the club works and hopefully even join as a Toastmaster in the future.
Great to have you with us, Faiz. One of the things after becoming a Toastmaster was that realization. I wish I knew when I had crossed 18 about Toastmasters and joined a club. But great to see you have that opportunity and taking advantage of that opportunity and joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, for carrying out today's session, we have the Toastmaster of the day. And he's also serving as the Vice President Public Relationship of Agnel Toastmasters Club. Now, I have known him Over the past 1.5 years, I had the opportunity to evaluate his first speech more than 1.5 years back. I still remember today because that was the kind of speech he had given, like the kind of impact he had on my emotions. Professionally, he serves as an underwriter and it has been a Toastmaster for around 2 years. And a new nickname which has been conferred upon this Toastmaster of the day, Shah Rukh Khan. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause, Toastmaster of the day, Arun.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause, guys, for our presiding officer, Sanish Babu, who also happens to be our president and divisional director. Thank you so much for this general introduction. Hope you can see me and you can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me, all of you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks. Today's theme is on reading habits. And this is something which was the first skill that had really great impact on me and my life. Before I get into the theme, I have a small story to tell. It's about a balloon seller. There was a balloon seller and he would go to different villages and sell the balloon. He would put, what he will do, he will keep selling balloons of different colors, and when his sales is low, he will put helium into one of the balloons and just drop it in the air, and it will go up and kids will see and they will again come to buy the balloons. Now he will repeat this activity throughout the day in, day out, and his sales will be comfortable. One day he went to a village, and there he was standing with his balloons, and he felt that someone was pulling his jacket from behind, and he turned and saw a kid standing there. And when he looked at the kid asked, "Sir, is it that black color balloon will also go up in the air?" And now balloon seller was stunned, and he said, "The color of the balloon doesn't matter. What matters is what inside it." And that has very profound impact on that kid. Friends, this applies to most of us. It doesn't matter how we look, how we appear. What matters the most is what is it that we have inside us. It can come from different sources. Can come from your interactions with people, your belief system, what you have learned in life, what you have understood from different sort of events in your life and everything else. Well, I was blessed to get to learn how to read very early. I started reading comics and it really thrilled me. And those comics were easy to understand, Hindi comics, because those were really in fashion, and I am from Hindi medium till class 12. So that was the thing that gave me a practice of reading. And that when that became an addiction, I never realized. Just to tell you how I got addicted to reading, in 2011, 12, and 13, all 3 years, I read more than 100 books every year, like a crazy guy. So there is this book, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. It's a more than 1200-page book, and I read it in one sitting. One sitting means I took bio breaks, but that was continuous reading. Breaks only for food and bio breaks, and that went on. So the first book, this was just to tell you that I how much I love reading. But the first book which I read and which had profound impact on me was You Can Win. It's not a superb book, but it's a self-help book. And why it is special to me, because it's the first book that I read in this area, and it really inspired me. The trademark of the author Shiv Khera was you uh, winners don't do things differently. They do things differently. Sorry, winners don't do different things. They do things differently. I messed it up for the first time. And friends, it has 13 pages, and first page is about attitude. And that is what had profound impact on me. I started reading it and started changing it. And people could see change in me because I started applying it. I took 6 months in reading that, in finishing that book, because every time I would read, I would just think through, and then would like to apply those changes in life. And suddenly, I was a changed man. I buried that old self and don't even visit that grave. So you can understand how I felt after reading that. And then I became a regular visitor to library. And that's how this whole thing started. I was slow reader, very slow. I would read around 10 pages, 10, 15 pages in 1 hour, and then gradually work down the speed, etc. also, and then started reading. Well, that was how my journey started. And let's rope in someone else also in the conversation. And I will start with Toastmaster Vinay. Toastmaster Vinay, can you hear me? Are you around? Hello?
Sorry, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. All right, Toastmaster Vinay, do you read?
The puja in the house, so you might hear okay. Yes, that's a very interesting question. So just day before yesterday, I completed the master level in Audible, which means 500 hours of reading. I read Kindle in the evening. I read books in the morning. This is the extent to I'm reading. Yes, I've read Leo Tolstoy, War and Peace. I have read Maxim Gorky. One book which I read in one go was Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, and that again, incidentally, is a 1200-page book only. But one book, if you ask, this book has left a profound mark in your philosophy is that.
Is it me
I
only
think
who is
we
losing?
lost him. I mean, he disconnected from the Zoom call.
All right, no problem. So he seemed to be, to me, whatever I could gather from what he spoke was that he's an avid reader and has really read lots of books and great books. He's back, I guess. And let us check
I'm
with
sorry,
that.
I got disconnected.
No problem, no
Am I
problem.
audible?
Please go on. Yes, yes. Yes,
Okay,
yes, you
so
are.
as I was saying, Fish Philosophy is one book which has left a profound mark in whatever I do. It revolves around four principles: play, make your work environment playful, be there for your team members, choose your attitude, the way you want to be, the way you want to each have your problems, and make the day of each and every person around. So that is one book which has left a mark. Otherwise, yes, if I can, apart from eating and sleeping, what I
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. Thank you for sharing Fish Philosophy and its learning, play, be there, choose your attitude, and make the day. I think this whole journey will go on. We today for 2 hours we'll be interacting with audience, and one person can read a number of books, but if we include so many people, that number goes multifold. So we'd like to hear from few of us as time is limited, and would like to share that knowledge. We would mutually sharing that knowledge, which all such books which have impact on us. Now, I would like to go to the meeting and would share the format for the benefit of the guests. So this meeting is into 3 parts. One is where we have prepared speeches. People are people choose pathways which has different sort of speeches. Each speech has its own objective, and they come up with prepared speeches, and we have then expert evaluator evaluating each of those speeches, and there is a time limit to it. Then second section is table topics, which are we have in which we have a Toastmaster who will come up with different topics, and he will be inviting volunteers to speak, and on the spot he will be giving topic, and Toastmasters will have to, on guest will have to speak. And then third section is general evaluation session, where general evaluator, we have a general evaluator today, and he or she will be evaluating the entire session along with the evaluators who will be evaluating the speakers. So this is the format that Toastmaster follows across. And now is the time to invite pillars of this meeting. I call them pillar because our meeting is based on their role. So we have 4 people who are helping us in conducting this meeting. The first pillar is Zoom Master. Today's Zoom Master is Toastmaster Jamie. Can I request Toastmaster Jamie to quickly talk about her role?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Arun. My role would be in assisting you to spotlight yourself in the recording, or if you face any technical glitch, reach out to me. I can try to help you as much as possible. Reach out to me on chat if in case you want to share screen or if you're having some trouble. And if in case to do something else as well, let me know. As the Zoom master, I'll be of great help for you. Over to you, Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you so much, Zoom Master Jamie. And to just share it with all, today we are live streaming this entire meeting on YouTube, and it is the brainchild of Toastmaster Jamie, and it is already happening. So thank you, Jamie, again. Now we have the timer who will be timing every speech, in fact, entire meeting from end to end. So please allow me to invite Toastmaster Nisha, who is timer today. Toastmaster Nisha, can you please explain your role?
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible and visible? Visible.
Yes.
Welcome, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the timer for the day. As the timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For prepared speech, the time allotted varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For instance, for an icebreaker, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. For table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. For evaluation, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speakers must meet the specified time limit to qualify for the awards at the end of the meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nisha.
I'm just displaying the cards. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, we can see white.
Green.
Yes, green.
Yellow.
Yes, yellow. Yeah, it's visible. Again, we can see green.
I will display the green screen at the minimum qualifying time, the yellow screen at the midpoint of the qualifying time range, and the red screen at the maximum qualifying time range till the end of the speech. For prepared speech and evaluation, the speaker has 30 seconds grace before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. For table topics, there is a grace of 30 seconds only after the red screen is displayed. All speakers who continue to speak beyond the 30 seconds grace will not qualify for the vote. I will report the time taken by the speakers when called upon. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nisha. We will be really thankful to you for timing this entire meeting today. Now is the time to move to the next role player, who is our counter Toastmaster Harshada. Toastmaster Harshada, please explain your role to all of us.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I will be the counter for the today's meeting, and I will be counting the words like and, well, but, so, crutch words, filler words like pauses, short or long, phrases like this means, other repetitions, and will be sharing my report when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harshada, for explaining your role to us. Now is the time to invite the grammarian, who is the fourth pillar. Can we have Toastmaster Libby? Toastmaster Libby, please explain your role.
Good evening. Welcome, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Libby, grammarian for the day. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any incorrect usage of grammar as well as any good usage of words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and phrase of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is serendipity, which means the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. An example of using the word is with a fortunate stroke of serendipity. Phrase of the word is crack a spine, which means to break or cause to break without complete separation of the parts. An example of using this phrase is Vishal cracked the spine of an anthropology textbook to find an answer for the question posed to him during class. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day and phrase of the day. I will give my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, grammarian Toastmaster Libby. Let's all use word of the day and phrase of the day. And just to tell Toastmaster Libby, reading books is an experience of serendipity if the book is really good. And in fact, no one, what I believe is that no one hates reading. No, everyone is a reader. It's just that if you think that you don't like reading or you get bored, maybe you have not found the right book yet. And the next book that I found that had really great impact on me was The Magic of Thinking Big. It's a book which I read during start of my graduation, and the introduction itself is really amazing. There is a conversation between son and father, and the father asks son, what do you want to be? And the son says, I want to be a professor. Then father asks, professor of what? And the son replies, I want to be a professor of happiness. And that's where they had me, the son and father conversation. And this book tells you that you need to always think big. And that actually increases your potential to be what you want to be. And I think that had the impact on me. In early years, I did not have much ambition in life. I just wanted to be a school teacher or something, or join. I was not even clear what I wanted to be. And then that after reading that book, I started thinking really different things for myself and probably landed up where I am today. Well, now is the time to go to Toastmaster Sanis. Toastmaster Sanis, I'm sure you read books and would like to know which book had a really good, great, amazing impact on you. Do we have Toastmaster Sanis?
Toastmaster Sarish has
dropped out.
So, yeah.
All right, no problem. Then let's go to the next section where we will have our prepared speeches. So let me invite the evaluator, evaluator of first speaker, Toastmaster Shreyanka, to state the objective of his speech.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Toastmaster Digvijay is attempting his level 2 speech 3, which is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring of Pathways Dynamic Leadership. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring and to share some aspects of previous experience as a protege. Timer, please note the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Digvijay. Over to you, Timur.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreyanka. Can we have Toastmaster Digvijay?
Yes, I'm here. Am I audible and visible?
Yes. Can you see timer's card?
No, not now. I think it is not spotlighted. Is it?
Yes, she is spotlighted. Just
Yes, I can see.
all right. Toastmaster Digvijay. Importance of mentors. Importance of mentors, Toastmaster Digvijay.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A very good evening to all of you. We all have experience in terms of mentoring or getting mentored by someone during our lifetime. And I feel this is very important in the early stages of life, that is in in the teenage age and the early 20s. Similarly, I also have a lot of experiences in terms of getting mentored from my seniors and the trained people. Let me tell you a brief about myself. After finishing my 12th standard from Devlali, I was about to move to Pune for graduation. And during my school days, I was considered to be one of the rowdiest students by my teachers. So much so that my parents stopped going to school for parents' meeting. My report cards were all filled with the red remarks. And when I decided to move to Pune, I ended up being in the boys' hostel, and things turned worse for me. Like, I did not attended any college lectures. I bunked all the lectures. I got into all the wrong stuff. And the thing which I was aspiring to do immediately after graduation, I failed miserably over there, obviously, isn't it? Then I decided to go to tuition classes, and fortunately ended up being in the tuition classes of one of the trained psychologists who was ex-army personnel, Mr. Gopalan. I was very open to him, told him about my concerns related to what has happened in the past, what I aspire to do, and he was very blunt with me. His suggestions, his style of suggesting someone was very blunt. It was like, once I told him, sir, I don't find enough time to for study purpose, because I was doing job also. I'm staying away from my parents, so don't get enough facilities. Everything has to be done by my on my own. He bluntly told me, Digvijay, stop sleeping. So please don't take this in a literal sense, but it was like, yes, I was able to reduce the sleep time from 7.5 hours to 5.5 or 6 hours, maybe. I continued working hard, but things did not turn my way immediately. I was very frustrated, irritated, but was fortunate also to have been surrounded by people like my friends, my teachers, and my mentors. And slowly and gradually, things started turning my way. Positive results started coming my way. After things started, then I realized that it is in our mind. We have to decide in our mind when to change for a better, and then only things will start uh, uh, automatically place in things will start falling in place. uh, After that, I went to MBA college, did my post graduation from Mumbai, and there the situation was completely different. It was completely the opposite of situation which was there in my school, or the graduation days. I was the first bencher in my MBA college, compared to last bencher in the school, and absolutely no bencher at the graduation level. I hope parent teachers meeting was there. Such kind of system was there in the MBA colleges, so that my parents could have got the chance of listening good things about their son. But no worries, they are right now, they are very happy and proud of me. Now, in at corporate level, I was fortunate to have find a very good person, friend come mentor, who with whom I have struck a very good relationship, and we discussed lot of things related to professional and personal aspirations, uh, uh, on and off the work. At Toastmasters also, I was fortunate to have mentors like Toastmaster Vikram Sikka. I'm assuming many of you might be aware about him. He's from Pune, and he was my first mentor at Toastmasters. He helped me a lot. I have practiced a lot during with him. Like, I used to finish my office at around 12 or 1 a.m. in the night, and we used to practice from 1 a.m. in the night to at least 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. So I practiced with him a lot. He was truly my best buddy. In fact, here at Toastmasters Agnel also, I've been fortunate to be getting mentored by Toastmaster Minakshi. She has helped me a lot in terms of preparing speeches and in terms of getting specifics about the speeches. Toastmaster Anand has always encouraged me to take up the roles at club meeting, and encouraged me to speak at the meetings. Towards the end, I would just say that yes, role of mentors is very important in life. But the one thing which I want to share is that first thing, it is about us. If we have to change for a better, we have to we have to decide on our mind that we have to change. Then only I think the role of mentors come. It's not that I did not met great individuals before, like during my graduation or school days. In fact, my father made me meet lot of qualified individuals like government officers, uh, army officers, etc., and successful businessmen. But I did not took any kind of inspiration from them. I did not listen to them or paid heed to their advice. It was only when I was kicked badly after graduation, then only I decided to take uh, decided to take things seriously and started working hard. So that is all about my experiences with the mentorship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Digvijay, for inspiring us with your speech. I strongly believe that these are the mentors, the people on their soldiers. If we have seen farther, we have seen it. So thank you so much. Now I would like to speak to Toastmaster Shanish. Are you there?
Yes, Toastmaster.
So I know you read books, and just wanted to understand from you which are the books that or book that had a really great impact on you.
So I enjoy reading books. I think one of the book which I read long time back, it's Vedanta treatise. It's on Indian philosophy and Vedanta. So that is one of the books I've loved a lot, and till date it has influenced me. Another book is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. So that also, it's a great book. Like, I love reading about strategies, marketing. So that also has influenced me a lot. Right now I'm reading a book called Deep Work, and I can resonate that book a lot, because right now I tend to get distracted easily with social media and lot of things which the speaker speaks about. So I feel the actionable advice which the speaker has given me, it helps me to somewhere put in my life. And as you mentioned earlier in your session, like, I came across a beautiful quote. If you are reading some book or listening to someone, and it doesn't affect your behavior, change your behavior, then you have not learned. So I'm trying to do that right now while reading this book. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Anish. Thanks for the sharing with us. These are a few really great books, Art of War, Deep Work. I have read Art of War partially. I could not complete it because I had borrowed it from someone and they had to take it from me. So I'm planning to read it. Thank you so much. Now is the time to invite the second speaker of the day, TTM Albert, can we have his evaluator Toastmaster Vinay, please, to introduce the objective of his speech?
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. So the purpose of the project is for the member to demonstrate his or her skills as a leader and a public speaker. So this is the first speech of DTM. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to introduce his or her plan and vision for the DTM project. Over to you. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. Just for the information of guests, we all in India are having, whosoever have a particular network provider, it's down and most of us are facing issues. And that's why you see Toastmaster Vinay operating from his unusual place today. And a few Toastmasters are also getting dropped. So really sorry for that. And now is the time to listen to DTM Albert. DTM Albert, Project 10 Global Speaking Initiative. Project 10 Global Speaking Initiative. DTM Albert.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. I would like to start my speech with a question to everybody. If you are not able to turn on your video, please do show your reaction as a response. How many of you want to be an international speaker? Wow, that was a surprising response. Yes, now they're coming in. A little bit slow, but they're coming in. Thank you. Project 10 is a project where 10 members can achieve that dream. Project 10 is not an act of serendipity. There is a backstory, and I'm going to share that with you before I explain the details of the project. A little about 2 years ago, I have just completed my division director term, and I decided to maybe work on my public speaking skills because I'm done with leadership for a while. I thought it would be good to start working on my public speaking skills. So I decided to up the ante, up the game, by speaking in 15 different clubs for my third part presentation mastery. That was a precursor to Project 10, because at that time I was doing it alone. But a year later, fast forward to July 2021, I was a member, the charter member of an advanced club in Malaysia. And advanced club, as some of you may know, is a club where there are many experienced Toastmasters. So I used this opportunity to pitch this project where 10 members, each and every one of them, will deliver speeches in different countries. We make use of the pandemic and the restrictions to speak around the world and to learn how to be an international speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of Project 10. In a nutshell, Project 10 encourages the speaker, each and every one of them, to speak in 10 different countries. And I'm now going to share the vision of the project, which is my DTN project. I'm sharing my screen. So these are the 10 brave souls. Brave souls do not only exist in table topics, they exist in this Project 10 as well. The 10 speakers are challenging themselves to speak all over the world, and they'll be delivering 10 speeches. The vision. For the speakers, they will be gaining the exposure in speaking internationally and confidence to speak outside their home country. So I guess the home country for most of the speakers here is India. So now, Project 10, if you are a part of Project 10, you will have the opportunity to speak outside India. The next one for the participating clubs, for example, Agnel today, can benefit from networking, because I heard just now that I will be requested to share a few things about myself at the end of the meeting. So that is part of networking. I'll get to know some of you a little bit more, and you get to know me a little bit more. And we can maybe even form friendships and networks. So that is the beauty of Project 10. It's not just providing value to the speakers themselves, it's also providing value to the participating clubs, and Agnel being one of them. It's one of the earliest to sign up for Project 10. So give yourself a big round of applause and thank you for your support for Project 10. Thank you. Now I'll move on to explain a little bit about the elements of it. Just 3 things. First of all, how does it work? There are 2 members, myself and Vicky. Vicky is not here in this meeting. Both of us will look for speaking slot all over the world. After this, I will explain to you the success that we are having so far. But this is the idea. 2 of us will be looking for speaking slots around the world, and then the speakers will have a direct contact with the club. Now, that's very important because this is where the networking begins, sometimes even before the meeting itself. So the speakers will have a direct contact, and they are not allowed to do level 1 evaluation because that is an evaluation speech. It's not the full speech. So they have to deliver a full speech in each and every one of those clubs. There's a time limit of 10 months. So it's like 1 speech a month. Publicity, next one. It is going to be very difficult to speak around the world. So publicity is very important in this case. We just maybe give them the encouragement, recognition, appreciation for challenging themselves. So once again, we have members who's going to post monthly poster on the Facebook page. We're going to have videos uploaded on the YouTube channel, like what you have today. You have a live stream and you have a YouTube uploading as well. So we will do that for Project 10 speakers. And lastly, the support. Tonight, I am blessed to have the support from 2 members who are in this room today, Louisa and Nico. But that's how it works. We support each other by being present. 7:30 p.m. is fine, but some of us, we are present even at 2 a.m. in the morning, just to support each other when we are speaking in European countries or North America. That's the spirit behind Project 10. It's not just a speech, but the entire support structure and also the support from the participating clubs like yourself that make Project 10 work. So these are the elements of Project 10, and this is the progress of Project 10 right now. You can see so many different flags over there. Just to give you the ease of knowing, I have numbers on the right-hand side. We are now in touch with 47 different countries. You see the number is 42, but it has increased recently to 47 different countries, now part of Project 10. And if you have attended enough Toastmasters meeting, you know that there are 144 or 45 countries around the world with Toastmasters, and we are in almost 1/3 of all the countries where there are Toastmasters clubs. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the extent of Project 10. Just in terms of a map, this is where we are. This is where we have spoken. The countries in yellow, we have spoken. So India is now proudly yellow because we have also spoken in India as well. Not only just me, but a few of us, we have also spoken in Indian clubs. So thank you so much for your massive support for Project 10. Lastly, how can all of you be a part of Project 10 besides supporting the speaker today? If you want to follow us, I have received requests from some other speakers or some other members from other clubs, other countries who said, wow, Project 10 is amazing. How can I follow your progress? How can I maybe join you in some of your meetings? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my email over there in the chat. Contact me and I will bring you around the world. So are you all ready for Project 10? I am. Thank you for your support, and I hope all of you are inspired. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, DTM Albert, for choosing our club and delivering your speech. Thanks a lot. Well, coming to the theme, there has been instances of miracles. I was reading a story when I was just thinking about the theme, and there was a lady and she was suffering from an incurable disease, and she started reading different kind of books on positive mindset and well-being and health and alternate medicines, and after few months she was able to come out of it, and doctors called it miracle. But probably it was the impact of every day maintaining that mindset that helped her. Well, let's talk to Toastmaster Jamie now. Can we have Toastmaster Jamie?
Hello.
Hi, Toastmaster Jamie. I'm sure you read a lot. So just wanted to know your view about reading and which great books you have read and what are their impacts on your life.
All right. So I've read some of the books, not as much of a reader as people over here are, but I'm really inspired to read more. But out of what I've read as of now, what I feel it actually reiterates that same thing that you've almost heard it from people, and it actually puts in a lot of, gives us a lot of extra thought into our head. For example, if someone tells that don't take stress, you would probably go on to take stress. But when you read it and contemplate on it and just, meditate on those facts, you might probably work upon it. So even Ikigai was something that I read, and I felt it actually transformed me to some extent, where it also says the normal things that we have to follow, probably a proper diet and leaving all the stress of the world around outside of our lives. So these are the simple things that I've tried incorporating in my life after meditating deeply on that. So this is one of the things that I learned. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jamie, for sharing with us. Ikigai is a great book, actually. And what you said about simplicity, someone famously said that greatness lies in simplicity. So I think totally resonate with you. Can we have timers report now on prepared speeches? Can I request Toastmaster Nisha to please confirm the time taken by speakers?
Should I say the timings? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Toastmaster Digvijay, he took 6 minutes and 16 seconds. He's qualified. And DTM Albert, he took 7 minutes and 8 seconds.
All right. Thank you so much, timer Toastmaster Nisha. Toastmaster Jamie, can we have polls for best speaker? I think we have a different system of polling now. So can you post, excuse me, post the link for the.
Okay, so
this is the feedback slip, everyone. So you can give your feedback to the speakers. And this is for first speaker, Jamie?
Yes.
All right. So I request everyone to give your feedback. This is what is going to help the speaker in improving the areas where they should. So please give your feedback. There are only 7 points. It shouldn't take much time. And after this, are we ready for the ballot also, Toastmaster Jamie, or should we keep it at the end?
We can keep it right after this. So we'll have for the second speaker, the same thing, and then we'll have the polls.
All right, sure. Thank you so much for all this promptness and preparedness. So if it is done, then we can have the feedback for the second speaker.
Closes in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you. Just a moment.
Sure. And it would be great if you can see the faces of our beautiful faces of our Toastmasters and guests. I think that is missing in the meeting. Thanks, Aish.
Yes. This is for the second speaker.
All right, everyone, let's give our feedback to DTM Albert. I think done. Toastmaster Jamie.
Yes, the closes in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
So can we have the poll?
Yes, in a minute.
Thank you, DTM Albert, for sharing this with us.
Yes, here you go.
Thanks, Jimmy. All right, everyone, please vote. Done, Jamie?
Yes, the poll.
Thank you so much. So now is the time to start the second session of the day, that is table topics. And we have an exciting table topic master today. He's a singer, he's a speaker, very creative. When he speaks, his voice comes out as a melody. So can we have table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Saish? Round of applause, guys.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I will be hosting the table topic session today. So initially, when I joined the club, I was wondering, I was so afraid to take part in table topics. I used to switch off my camera and used to wonder, I should not be called, or maybe should I take up the role or not? That used to be my fear. But as soon as I took part in various table topic sessions, I realized that it's just the fear that we have to overcome. So the major points that we focus on table topic session is to listen to the topic presented, to organize your thoughts, and to think quickly and to give your speech. Today's session will be a learning session as we will be preparing for the upcoming table topic contest. So I would request all members as well as guests to take up this opportunity to enhance their impromptu speech capabilities. Trust me, it will be fun. And the timings for table topics are 1 to 2 minutes with 30 seconds as grace time. So I would request someone to volunteer and take up the first speech. Anyone? Okay. Guest Louisa Chan. So I have 15 table topics. You can choose any number.
Okay, I'll pick 7.
7. Yeah. Your energy introduces you before you even speak. Guest, your energy introduces you before you even speak.
First topic that I've ever come across to deliver an impromptu speaking, but I shall do my best. As a person who I regard myself as being very spontaneous, and sometimes to my detriment, a little bit too spontaneous, I believe it is not always for the better. Why do I say this? Because by being too spontaneous, in certain circumstances, a more complete thought process needs to be given, I believe. And that's when spontaneity is secondary. However, when there is energy given before you even step on the stage, before you even open your mouth to speak, that vibe can definitely be felt by the audience. And I feel that even on this grid, you would be able to feel that energy. I don't feel nervous, so that nervous energy, I don't think is something that you would be feeling. But I want to be able to give and share my thoughts about how important it is that when you have energy, it must be tempered. It must be tempered by purpose, and to be balanced with spirit and not too boring. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. That was a great take on this topic. I would request anyone else. Even guests can take part. Guest Tejas?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can choose a number between 1 to 15. 7 is already taken.
3.
3. Yeah. If you had to be someone else for one day, who would you be and why? Guest Tejas. If you had to be someone else for one day, who would you be and why?
Thank you. If I had to be someone for one day, I would choose to be Jeff Bezos. Currently, Jeff Bezos has a very good routine. He has a relaxed life. He has this famous video on YouTube that I only take 3 important decisions a day. Very recently, I got a new mentor who started teaching me about business. And I realized that soundbite of Jeff Bezos, have a routine, just get 3 important things done every day, was just a soundbite and something that just applied to Jeff Bezos. I, on the other hand, I should not be following a routine, just like Jeff Bezos wasn't following a routine when he was building Amazon. He would go wherever the venture capitalists called him, wherever a new deal had to be struck. So While Jeff Bezos did not lie when he said, I only focus on getting 3 important decisions in a day and I try to have a routine. He did not want to mention that my life was different before. And I want to learn about how Jeff Bezos conducted his life before achieving success. Because I believe that experience and that knowledge would teach me a lot. And if I go on that journey of doing all the things that he did, having those late night hustles and uncovering all those unknown unknowns, which I don't even know that I do not know, it would be great fun. So I would like to live one day in the life of Jeff Bezos so that I could learn a lot from him. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Tejas. Even I would like to do that, but not to learn, but to earn his money. So anyone else would like to volunteer? Guest Fayaz?
Yeah.
You can choose any number. 3 and 7 are taken.
I'll go with 14.
14. Okay. What's something new you recently learned about yourself? Guest Fayaz. What's something new you recently learned about yourself?
Okay. So that's a pretty spiritual question. Okay, so something new about myself that I recently learned was how it was how much like I stress myself in order to do things, like how much I prioritize like work over like my own mental welfare. Now that's something that's really like popular on mainstream media, how one should prioritize oneself over work. But like one is always in this dilemma that because like in a way, if you prioritize your work, like you get things done. And like when you get things done, you're also kind of freeing space for like you're also freeing space and time for your own self, but at the same time you're stressing yourself out to like complete those deadlines. So it's like a paradox one is stuck in. But like lately of late I've realized that like if the mind is not preoccupied by stress, then one can think more freely, one can be more creative, and then the productivity increases. So the work we engage ourselves in, the work or the creative aspirations that we delve ourselves in, like the product that we finally yield, it's of better quality and better like it's more enhanced. And that's what I learned about myself, not myself, but like that's something that I pondered over like recently. Yeah, that's what I would like to say. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster and Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Guest Fayaz. I would request any other guest to volunteer for this. Guest Ritvik.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Yeah. 3, 7, and 14 are done. Any other number?
All right. 3, 7, and 14. 9.
9. Okay. The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. Guest Ritvik. The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining.
Okay. So I would like to start this table topic speech with a little anecdote. So I have always been, by the time I reached 10th grade, I figured out that I don't really need to study to get by with my academics, because before 10th grade, I used to study a lot. I used to study like 10 hours a day. And then I found out that I could get by in life without studying as much as I used to. But then when my 12th exams were approaching, I started feeling a little nervous about what I was doing, because I was scoring up to a point where I could pass, but I was not exactly going to the extent where I could go to. So this brings me to the topic where I see the time to fix the roof is when the sun is shining. In my 12th grade, after I scored like a lower percentage than I was expecting to, I figured that I have to bring my life back to where it was before 12th grade. And I started taking active steps towards fixing this. So the philosophy basically is that it is never too late, but it is always uh, it is always in your advantage to start before it goes beyond the point of no repair. And I guess this is something that has to be you have to go into it a lot deeper before you can actually understand what this sentence means. But these are my 2 cents on it. Thank you.
Wow, that's a great take on this topic. Thank you, guest Ritvik. I would request some Toastmaster to take up. Toastmaster Vidya, DTM Santosh. Yeah. Okay. So
you have got amazing topics, so I'll take that opportunity.
yeah, 3, 7, 9, and 14 are done.
I'll go with 3. Asha,
3 is
it's done. 4.
4. Always put your best foot forward. Toastmaster Sunish, always put your best foot forward.
I still remember the first time I attended the interview after my MBA. I still remember a week of sleepless night, preparation, how to go about it, the nervousness, because that first interview is very important. And my mentor told me it's very important to put your first foot forward, because the first impression is the best impression. The moment you walk into a room, before you can utter a word for interview, what you are wearing, how you conduct yourself, are you having a smile on your face? These things matter. Because friends, the first foot in the room matters. Now imagine you are attending a Toastmasters meeting. There are 100 attendees. You have logged in, but you are not in a position to switch on the camera. But contrary to that, all the 99 videos are off, but you have put your best dress in the room. You have come in a blazer. You have your video on. The speaker will be amazed. He will be elated. He will be happy to see that one room, one person took the effort to dress up and came to that session, to attend to his session, because that speaker has been preparing maybe for days or weeks. You are putting your best foot forward. That speaker will remember you out of that 100 people who are in that attendees, because you made his day. You made his speech valuable, because you rewarded his efforts by putting your best foot forward. So every time you get an opportunity, you get an occasion to enter into, always remember to put your best foot forward. You will make someone else's day. Thank you, and over to you, David.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunish. What an amazing way you explained this concept. I would request even DTM Albert wants to try. Yeah, yes. So 3, 4, 7, 9, and 14 are done.
Can I take 13?
13.
Yes.
Okay. Small things make perfection, but perfection isn't a small thing. DTM Albert, small things make perfection, but perfection isn't a small thing.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. For many years now, I have been struggling with a very important challenge. It is my New Year's resolution, which was never achieved. So it remains a resolution from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. Guess what that is? Losing weight. Now, Louisa has seen me in my full physical form. She knows that I am not the hunky guy. I'm the one who has a lot of excess weight to be lost. And I guess one of the reasons why I struggled in losing weight was because I was aiming at the big picture. I wasn't aiming at the small wins that I could achieve every day. What if I could do intermittent fasting for a week at one time, and then another week, and then another week? And then I would see the progress which I want to see. So small things like this makes perfection. And perfection isn't something that is really big or is unattainable. Judging from that quote, perfection is something that cracks the spine, but it builds us in the process as we continue to journey in that challenge. So now I have a completely different mindset into losing weight. I do not tell myself, I want to lose 20 kg. Yes, I'm capable of losing 20 kg without hurting myself. That shows how big I am. I'm not saying that I want to lose 20 kg in 1 month or 2 months or even 6 months. I tell myself I want to do intermittent fasting for 1 week and then exercise for another week. And when I achieve that, I'm just going to keep on going. And then I believe I will achieve perfection one day because I'm being consistent. So do not look down on the small things. They are the elements that make perfection itself. And perfection definitely isn't small, but it is achievable if we only concentrate on the small things. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, DTM Albert. It was so well structured and explained, one day at a time, one step at a time. I would request other guests. Okay, Toastmaster Digvijay, even he wants to try. 3, 4, 13, 7, 9, and 14 are done.
So I'll go with 1.
1. Okay.
Is it? Yes.
Yeah. Self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts happening. Toastmaster Digvijay, self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start believing in yourself, magic starts happening.
So self-confidence is one of the super things. Yes, I completely agree with this because any successful person you speak to, they will talk about that belief in self is the most important thing, because I feel that is the one thing which drives us and drives us to work hard and put in efforts to achieve our goals. Few days back I gave a speech on communication. There also the most important thing which was mentioned, that if you want to effectively express yourself in front of everyone, you should have self confidence in yourself, a belief in self, a belief in oneself. And in today's speech also, I mentioned about that it is us who has to decide when to change for a better. So that is the time it really drives us, and we go ahead and perform our tasks. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Digvijay. I guess Toastmaster of the day, we can have one more.
Yes, we can have one. Last one.
Saish, may I?
Yes.
If nobody else is there,
yeah.
I would like to attempt.
Yeah. So DTM Vinay, 1, 3, 4, 13, 7, 9, and 14 are taken. So you can choose.
Give me the last one.
Okay. The world is full of smiles whenever friends are with me. DTM Vinay, world is full of smiles whenever friends are with me.
The distance between First S and the last S is a mile. SMILES. But when you smile, this distance gets covered in a second. And that is the fastest means of transportation you can ever have. Smile is something which is very infectious. When you smile, you spread positivity. And especially when you are with your friends, you smile more. I remember an incident. We were having a 25th reunion of our college, and I was not in a very good spirit at that point of time. I was having some issues in my job, and I did not want to go there. But when I went there, my best friend, he just kept on telling me, when I smile, when I smile, when I smile. And he forced me to smile. And magically, after 15 minutes, I started feeling better. And this is something which is very, very infectious, as I said earlier. And everybody, when you look at people smiling, isn't it great? Thank you. Over to you.
Wow. Thank you, DTM Vinay. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for bringing in so many exciting topics. And thank you to all the speakers for participating. Can we have timer report, please? Toastmaster Nisha.
Hello, am I
Toastmaster
audible?
Nisha. Yes, yes, you are.
So I'll share the details of the time taken by the table topic. First is Toastmaster Chan. She has taken 2 minutes. Second is guest Tejas. He has taken 2 minutes 80 seconds. Third is guest Fayez. He has taken 2 minutes. Next is guest Ritvik. He has taken 1 minute 45 seconds. Next is Toastmaster Sanish. He has taken 2 minutes. Next is DTM Albert. He has taken 1 minute 58 seconds. After that is Toastmaster Digvijay. He has taken 1 minute 2 seconds. And last is Toastmaster Vinay. He has taken 1 minute 20 seconds.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for recording the time and sharing with us. Now, can I request? Thanks. Can I request Toastmaster Jamie whether we can have the ballot for best table topic speaker? Or okay, thank you. It is here. So everyone, let's vote for the best speaker. Last 5 seconds. Jamie, can you confirm whether it's done?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, coming to the, excuse me, coming to the theme again. So I was just wondering, what is it that reading has done to me? In what areas it has helped me? The first area where reading helped me was vocabulary and writing skills. It improved my writing because I could read and observe how people are writing, how effectively they are. For example, I read the book Open by Andre Agassi. Amazingly written book and great writing style. Then I read Shoe Dog. These are biographies, and if you see, biographies have their own style. Shoe Dog is about the founder of it's the biography of founder of Nike, Nike brand, and it's amazingly written book. And next one was, which later on went to fiction section, was It's Not About the Bike by Armstrong, who was a cyclist, but then later on he was found involved in a few other things, so his titles were stripped off. But nevertheless, that book is really well written and inspires when you read it. So that's what reading did. It helped me in my writing style. Then analytical thinking. When you read, you try to comprehend, you focus, and that's what it did. Reading. Lots of analytical insights into reading lots of different sorts of books. Then it increases knowledge. Of course, that's very obvious. And then it helps you meet people who you cannot, or who have left the world. That's amazing benefit of reading. And with these benefits, I would like to now invite our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Kavita.
Good evening, everybody.
Thank you for being here, everyone. Let's welcome General Evaluator Toastmaster Kavita.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for handing over the session to me. Like a Toastmaster meeting has 3 sections, my evaluation session also is divided into 3. First, the evaluation of the speeches. Second, the reports by the pillars of today, the 3 timer, R counter, grammarian, and finally would be a small synopsis of what I found good and what I feel can be improved about this meeting. As we are running out of behind the schedule as per the agenda, I wouldn't take much time, and I would like to invite the first speech evaluator, Shriyanka, who would be evaluating the speech given by Digvijay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita. Am I audible and visible? Good evening, dear Toastmasters, and especially Toastmaster Digvijay. I would like to start with congratulating you for attempting this speech and share with us your experience as a mentee. You started your speech highlighting how rowdiness in your school affected you and how you failed in graduation, which led you to get help from a psychologist, which eventually helped you to improve further and be a better confident person you are today. I think you had a great content which depicted how your mentor changed your life, and you were quite comfortable and ease while giving the speech. Being said that, I can how you can make a better speech. I have few recommendations for you, Toastmaster Digvijay. Since you had a great content, a better constructed flow with some additional humor, voice modulations, which would highlight the emotions, would help connecting with the audience, and hand gestures or body language would have enhanced the speech. Also, I would recommend to try standing while giving a speech instead of sitting, which would exude more confidence in the speech through your body language. To summarize a great speech content, enhancing your speech with body language and voice modulation can help you to connect more with your audience. I'm looking forward to listening from you. Best of luck for your coming speeches, and thank you for the delivery of this wonderful speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Kavita.
Thank you, Shriyanka, for that evaluation. I didn't repeat the speech evaluation timings because it was already informed during the initial period, but I would just say it's 2 to 3 minutes for the evaluators. Now, coming to the second evaluator, would like to call upon Vinay to evaluate the speech given by distinguished Toastmaster Albert.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita. What do Tom Hanks, Amir Khan, and DTM Albert have in common? All were perfectionists. And the word perfectionist, as it seems, is not so easy. Because what you see as an end product is a result of hard labor that has gone behind. Probably what we saw today was merely 10% of the efforts that have been put by DTM Albert and his team. I would term his speech as a pep talk. And I'll tell you why I'm saying a pep talk. I'll divide this into three parts. PEP. Pep. P stands for positivity. The whole speech gave us so much positive vibes. And it was not positive only for us, it is positive everywhere, wherever he is going, in the clubs, amongst the members, and all those who are attempting the speech in all these countries. The second part of E, PEP, is engagement. There's so much engagement in his speech. And the third part is P, presentation. The presentation was so crystal clear that we understood what exactly he is doing, the kind of humongous efforts which are being put in, the enormity of the whole effort. I think it will take a lot of time for me to sink in. Honestly speaking, I have never ever seen such a bigger scale DTM project in my career as a Toastmaster. This is a true DTM project. However, as an evaluator, it is said that you should offer some points of improvement. But I'm sorry to say, I am digressing on those lines. I will at this point of time say that there are no points of improvement at this juncture. Probably, if he calls me in a second DTM speech, I may be able to give some effect, some inputs. But at this point of time, to be honest with you, I am too overwhelmed to give any points of improvement. I think whatever is being done, if it is achieved, it will nothing be short of a Guinness record in Toastmasters fraternity. Thank you so much, DTM Albert. Over to you, Toastmaster Kavita.
Thank you, Vinay. I see that you had to crack your spine, but still you couldn't find any areas of improvement to be given. Mind as well, please give me a second. There's somebody at the door and I'm alone at home. So please give me 1 minute of excuse.
Sure, Toastmaster Kavita, please take your time.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me that consideration. Now coming to the next part of the evaluation session, where I'll be first calling upon the timer to give me the report on the time taken by both the evaluators.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible, Nisha.
Yeah. Time taken by evaluator Shriyanka is 2 minutes. And by DTM Vinay, it's 3 minutes, 2 seconds.
Both of them are qualified. Jamie, would you want to put the poll right now? Or do you? Yes.
Launch the poll. The plans in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Now, to the next role holder whom I would like to invite for the report is going to be the grammarian.
Hi, good evening. Taking up the role of the grammarian today was
Libby, for a second. Jamie, can you please spotlight? Yes. Yes, Jamie. Now, thanks, Jamie. Libby, you can proceed.
So taking up the role of a grammarian today was quite serendipitous for me, as it allowed me to be a part of this interesting and wonderful meeting, which otherwise I would have missed. So what has happened is, I think the word of the day and the phrase of the day was a little difficult. Almost nobody used it. Only Kavita used cracking the spine, and Arun used serendipity. As for the quotes and words and sayings that I liked, there was some good vocabulary used, like resonate, profound, avid reader, vibe, tempered, paradox, elated. Some of the phrases that were good were, it ain't over till it is over, up the ante or up my game, know the unknown that is unknown. I especially liked this one, my 2 cents on it. Some phrases which could have been avoided or used better, some was I did not attend it. It should have been I did not attend, or something like I did not took it. It should have been I did not take. Then there was another speaker who mentioned quite comfortable and ease. It would have sounded better if it was quite comfortable and at ease. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Libby. And now who's the third pillar of the day, the R counter with her report.
Should I share the screen? Is my screen visible?
Enlarge it. It's not very clear. All right, you can continue. It's okay, we zoom at that.
Yes, Harshal, please continue with your report.
What?
Able to see your, we were able to see your screen. You may continue.
Your screen, so please continue with your report. Oh, you have changed the screen now.
Should I explain the, like, okay, I will.
You can give it concise. You can give it in concise.
Yeah. In case of Digvijay, he used and word less than 3 times, less than 5 times, less than 3 times, and the repetition of the word less than 3 times. Albert used and less than 3 times. Saish used and less than 5 times. Luisa used but less than 3 times. Tejas used and less than 3 times, and that repetition word less than 5 times. Faiz used word less than 3 times and like word less than 5 times. Arun used and word less than 5 times. Short pauses less than 3 times, and the repetition of word that less than 5 times. Ritvik used so word less than 2 times. Filler sound less than 5 times. DTM Vinay used and word less than 3 times. Short pauses less than 2 times. Shreyanka used and word less than 2 times, and filler sound less than 5 times. That's the report.
Thank you. Now coming to the, am I audible? Because it shows me unmute, whereas I've already unmuted. Okay. Now comes to the main part of my session, where I have to now dissect what happened in the whole meeting. Let me say, I was very happy that it's full of serendipity. Libby, I think, though I've taken it after your report, please give me the credit that I've done. It is really, I enjoy coming to Agnel's. It was wonderful starting the meeting bang on time. Jamie, you were a pro in explaining the Sazarum and as a Zoom master. Believe me, you can be called upon for two things, to train other Zoom masters and also to train the surgeon at arms. Be ready for all those invitations. Next coming is the presiding officer. Sunish, you are inspiring every time you come on the virtual stage. Be it as a table topic speaker or your presiding officer address. It was just motivating and inspiring. Never give up, and crowd matters, that motivation that you said. I'm taking it away with me from this meeting. The next in line was our Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day, before I give you all the applauses, two things. Please stick to the agenda timeline, because I was noting down that every minute. Though we have come, we have tried to fit in within the agenda time, but still I would say just look at it, so that as a general evaluator, I don't have to point out to you. But wonderful team. The story, you are an amazing storyteller. I've heard you before also. As contestant, as a speaker, you are an amazing storyteller. That balloon seller, and that from there, the way you motivated us, saying that what matters is what is inside. Yes, how I am. It's not the appearance, it's more of my inside. And I was amazed to see that you read 100 books as a teenager. You have that saying itself was giving a bingo on what the theme is, why you chose the theme. You are an avid reader. And you also gave to us a couple of books, the names of the books. Some we knew, some we didn't know, I would say. I'm just speaking as an audience here. Some of them, some books would have been, the topics that you have related it to will surely make us go next to some library or to a bookshop, or to at least in the Kindle, look for it and read it. Amazing for it. And you have taken the whole journey of today's meeting so smoothly, introducing your pillars. Yes, one more thing I liked Zoom Master Jamie was the way you were introduced, not only by Arun, also the way you introduced your role. This was something is a takeaway where I would say for us, for other clubs, they can start. Normally Zoom Master is there always in the background. So that kudos to you, Arun, for doing that. The next thing I liked about Arun was when the table topic master missed on taking the timer report, he immediately covered it up when he took over the stage. That is, being very minutely observing what is missed out and what should not have been coming into my books. As a remark, he saw to it that it is done. I like the way he took it over there. Coming to the table topic master. Table topic master, you had amazing topics. Your introduction, you introduced the whole session so slowly and clearly that we could understand why this session is, anybody in the guest would know what they are up to. And you encouraged the guest first to come and speak. Kudos on that thing. But a slight suggestion. Your topics were surely amazing, but they were long. So you couldn't, it was normally in Toastmasters, we do this way is that we call the speaker, say the topic title, or then repeat the topic and then the speaker's name. So this was so long that probably that, by the time you could have said, it would not have been the speaker had, could not have taken up the whole sentence. So you could keep it crisp. The same thing, if you had said, like you had somewhere, self-confidence is superpower. Once you start yourself, magic starts. So you just could have put it like self-confidence brings magic. It would have been easier to understand and take it. That's the only thing. Otherwise, wonderful. Yes, you missed on two things, the timer report and the poll, which was taken up by the Toastmaster of the day. So next time when you take the role, don't forget to take the timer's report at your session end itself. And I like the way you even connected after each speech. Very good on that. Now comes to the pillars of the day. The timer, our counter, grammarian. Timer, I like the way you have it ready with your virtual background, and so that you were really on the background. Your virtual background screen was always seen and you were heard. So that you, so probably you did, I don't know why you did it. It's, yeah, but I felt like you didn't want to disturb others and understand what the timing slide is. That's why you kept yourself in the background. Wasn't that? One suggestion I had is that somewhere when you said icebreaker 5 to 7 minutes, icebreaker is 4 to 6 minutes, and prepared others. So just check on that. I felt I heard it as 5 to 7 minutes. I noted it down. So please be careful when if you had just mentioned speeches, probably I would not have noted it down. For Harshada, I liked the way you had your short and crisp introduction. Two things for you. One, you could have had a big smile when you were speaking, which was missing. You sounded very nervous because of that. I wouldn't say you sounded, you looked, I would say. And second was your R counter report. You had all the speakers on your sheet. I would appreciate if you had from Jamie to Kavita, all of them covered in that sheet. Even I would like to know whether I had any R's or R's. I want to be a flawless speaker. At the end, that is the intent of hearing an R counters report. So please involve also the role players. Libby, you said in your others itself that the word of the day was very difficult. But nevertheless, it happens. Sometimes some words are easy to be taken. Some words may not fit in that purview that the speaker has, so could not use it. But love the way you had prepared your word of the day, the introduction, the phrase of the day, and you were repetitively putting it in the chat so that everybody is reminded to use it. Very nicely done. I have nothing more to say. I liked the other part. I would commend your team, the XCOM, Anand and his team, and Jamie for that. I can see Jamie was is that you had that very minutely every speaker's evaluation was done by us, like giving small points, which you normally put only polls, but you had a feedback slip. That innovation is really, really applaudable. With that, I end because I have also come near to my session time given to me. I have to hand over at 6:48 and it's already 6:47. Thanks for inviting me. And Toastmaster of the day, thanks for your very nice theme. And I'll go back to read my books because of you today. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Arun.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for that threadbare evaluation of today's meeting. We all have learned a lot from you today. Thank you so much. And with this, conclusion of general evaluation session, I have just one thing to say. Read whatever things you can read. There are so many sources of reading: books, magazines, articles, journals. And today, what has happened, that's my last point, that books have become books have converted. So when reading history started, it started with loud reading because people were illiterate. So royal courts and monasteries and churches would invite people to listen to readers. And then as literacy spread, the reading became silent. From noisy reading to it became silent, personal affair. And then it has shifted with the invent of technology. It has shifted to now listening. So there are audiobooks, podcasts. while commuting, while driving, when you cannot read, you can listen. So whatever you do, those books are getting converted into now electronic form, and you can utilize your time in a more efficient way. So let's read, and let's become better ourselves, better version of ourselves. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me. Now is the time for the polls for the three roles that we have, that is TMOD, table topic, and general evaluator. So can I request? Okay, supporting role player was pending. My bad. Thank you, Jamie. We can see the polls now. I request everyone to cast your role for best supporting role player.
I believe, Jamie, there's a change. Our counter is Harshada and grammarian is Libby.
Yeah, correct. Hello, Jamie.
Go with best role player for now.
We can have the remaining votes now, and in the backend, once it's prepared, we can launch that later.
Yeah.
Just a moment. I just quickly edit it. Thank you for bringing it to my notice, and I'm extremely sorry. Ah.
Same one.
Yeah. I think you just go ahead. Don't.
So Jamie, should we go ahead?
Yes.
Can we have other polls, or should we have the polls later? What do we suggest?
The role polls now.
Sorry, didn't get you.
TMOD, G, and TTM.
Okay, please. Thank you. We can see the polls. I request everyone to please cast your vote. All right, done, Jamie?
Yes, thank you. I'll post the best supporting in some time.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now is the time to invite our presiding officer of the day. Let's welcome Toastmaster Sanish Babu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Arun, for that amazing session. As general evaluator mentioned, and I'm going to reiterate, I'm going to look out in my shelf and take out the old books, which I think I would like to read again. We have a new member who have joined us. So I would request Toastmaster Amrita to switch on her video so she can be spotlighted. So Toastmaster Amrita, if you're there, if you can acknowledge, that will be grateful. So welcome Toastmaster Amrita to Agnel Toastmasters Club. I'll be reading out the membership oath on your behalf, and you can say at the end by saying yes. So you can place your right hand on your heart to symbolize the acceptance of membership of Agnel Toastmasters Club. Membership in Toastmasters is a privilege and the only way to gain the benefits of our program is to actively participate. Do you, Toastmaster Amrita Deshmukh, promise to be active member of Agnel Toastmasters Club, attend meetings regularly, and prepare fully for your duties? Do you also promise to fulfill the other points in the Toastmasters promise? You can unmute and revert by saying yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita. Now, request all the members present to revert by saying yes after I read out the following scope. Do you, the members of Agnel Toastmasters Club, promise to support Toastmaster Amrita as she works the Toastmasters program? Everybody can unmute and say revert by saying yes.
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 Thank you, everyone. It is my pleasure to declare Toastmaster Amrita as the installed member of Agnel Toastmasters Club. Please give her a warm round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Yes, I request Toastmaster Amrita to accept this certificate on behalf of the club.
Thank you.
Just give me a moment. I'll take the snapshot. Taken here. Thank you. Now I request distinguished Toastmaster Albert, who has joined us for today's session and who has attended various clubs outside throughout the world, to share his experience of visiting our club. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Albert.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, for today. I have really enjoyed this meeting, Agnel, because as Louisa has mentioned, I think this club has a really high quality. And trust me, I've been around. I've been to many clubs around the world, easily more than 30 countries now. And I can say that the materials, the topics in the table topics, and many other aspects of the club does show that this is not just a normal Toastmasters club, but it's a club where members are continuously challenged to bring their speaking skills to the next level. Unfortunately, I think due to the connection issue in the not because of the members, but because of the provider of the internet, so a lot of the videos are not on today. Otherwise, I would really want to take this opportunity to know the entire club. But I thought that the experience has been very encouraging so far. And thank you to my evaluator. He's been amazing. He's probably somewhere else, but he tuned in and gave me a really good evaluation, as to all the members as well. So I will stay back for a short while after this meeting if you guys are going to be staying on. But thanks for the experience. Definitely a great club to be in. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Albert, for that kind words. I think I will cut that particular session of the video and share it in the WhatsApp group of a club. It means a lot coming from you. So thank you. And it was great to see your fellow Toastmasters joining and support you while you are attending over here. So it shows the camaraderie of the members of your club. And one thing our club is famous also for is the networking. After the meeting, it goes somewhere from 30 minutes to, there have been times where it has been 2 hours and I had to say, guys, let me go, you continue. So yes, I can see all the smiles, all the devils behind the people who do that. I will now request Zoom Master to launch the poll, the last one. I request quickly everyone to vote. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I request the Zoom Master to let me know once the certificates are ready for this poll as well. In the meantime, I'll just share the concluding remarks. We have our club table topics and international speech contest on the last Saturday of the month. For table topics, there is no eligibility criteria. I would request all the members to participate. For international speech contest, the eligibility criteria is level 2 completion. So I would request everyone. If you're pending for 1 or 2 speeches, reach out to VPA or to me and give out the pending speeches so you are eligible. And all the guests do take a membership so you can contest in the table topic contest. I would request the Zoom master to share the certificate. So the best speaker goes to distinguished Toastmaster Albert. Congratulations, Albert.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can we have the next? The best evaluator goes to distinguished Toastmaster Vinay.
Thank you so much, Sandesh.
Congratulations. Hats off to your dedication again, Vinay, for ensuring that you are the irrespective of the challenge.
Thank you.
And the best role player goes to Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you, Sanish.
I request the master to spotlight. Yes, I'm looking forward to the role. Amazing session, interactive session. Have everybody, all of us engrossed. I should not get into G's role. Thank you. I've taken the snap. We can have the next. The best role player goes to Toastmaster Jimmy. I would request someone. Yes. Again, Toastmaster Jimmy, thanks for bringing lots of new best practices today. Amazing work with the live screening on YouTube and also with the polls. I know it would have taken a lot of time. Thanks for bringing the best practices.
Thank you.
And the next, all right. This is a bit weird. Yes, so thank you everyone for voting for me.
Congratulations, Sanish.
The best table topic goes to Toastmaster Sanish.
Thank you everyone. And the next, yes, that's it. So thank you everyone. So thank you all for joining in today. And the meeting was special because each one of you chose to take the time and spend the 2 hours with us. Looking forward to your attendance and presence the next time. With that, I